खुशबंदी इतनी खतरनाक क्यों लगती है आपको? This question is posed to an auditorium filled with people by Kanika, a 32-year-old woman in search of validation, love, and an orgasm. Kanika, like Bridget Jones, who is an obvious inspiration for the character, is a bit of a mess. Her mother, a gynecologist, never married Kanika's biological father, and all her life Kanika has had trouble fitting in. She's bullied mercilessly by her classmates as Kandu Kanika because more often than not, Kanika ends up creating a Kand, which means scandal or mess. But now Kanika has decided to choose happiness and become a Khushbandi, irrespective of what people say or whether anyone approves. It's a lovely moment of assertion and faith in her own kooky ways. Thank you for coming. Do note the double meaning in that title rests heavily on the unbridled energy, strong comic timing, and the utter lack of vanity of its lead, Bhumi Pednekar. Bhumi goes with enthusiasm into all the awkward places that debutante director Karan Bulani and writers Radhika Anand and Prashasti Singh take her. Kanika drinks too much. She's often desperately insecure. She makes terrible decisions, like settling for marriage with a man whom she doesn't love only because she wants to check that box. Kanika gets hit literally. She has issues with her mother, and her choice in men is seriously dodgy. One is a philandering professor who's much older and much too self-absorbed to care about anyone but himself. But Bhumi doesn't flinch from any of it. She commits to Kanika, flaws and all, as does this film. Karan clearly adores this woman, and Bhumi imbues her with such vibrance that you will also want to be her friend.
नानी मैं पागल तो नहीं हो रही?
गलती तेरी नहीं है, जीन्स में हमारी.
But for a long stretch, especially in that first hour, this is not enough. Thank you for coming alternates between being flat and being fun. The laughs aren't consistent and the writing isn't sharp enough. Kanika's various suitors work as types. Her fiancé seems like a distant relative of the iconic Subodh from Dil Chahta Hai, though there is one scene when both are in bed that radiates warmth and sensitivity. The various nightclub numbers, which involve downing shots and dancing on bar tops, also just become a blur. And the contrast between Kanika's conservative nani and her liberal mother is a little too on the nose. But hang in there, because post-interval the stakes get higher and the film becomes more emotionally resonant. Thank You for Coming is juggling a lot. Of course, it's about female pleasure, but it's also about acceptance, self-love, slut-shaming, the mixed messaging that women grow up with, the fairy tale cliches that condition them to center their lives on a Prince Charming who rarely arrives, the burden society places on women to adhere to rules, and how reluctant women are to put themselves first or to demand joy. By the end, the war cry of smash patriarchy is heard loud and clear, again a bit too on the nose. But despite the bumps and the predictable end, the sparkle never entirely fades, mostly because Bhumi is so delightful to watch. So are some of the women around her. Shehnaaz Gill as Rushi has this delicious silliness about her. Natasha Rastogi is also lovely as Kanika's mother, an incredibly sorted woman who tells her daughter 70% women in the world never orgasm their whole lives because 90% men just don't know how to do it. There's also Shibani Bedi and Dolly Singh playing Kanika's besties, and the terrific Saloni Deni as Rabia, a young bright schoolgirl whose predicament forces Kanika to take a stand. The men aren't half as interesting, though Anil Kapoor, also a co-producer on the film, is clearly having a ball. Anil's late career choices should be a textbook for actors. He can be a vicious, abusive father in Animal, but also pull off with oodles of humor a lightweight character like this. The other producers on the film include Riya Kapoor and Ekta Kapoor, who in 2018 collaborated on Veere the Wedding, which was perhaps the first mainstream Hindi film to address female pleasure. The same year, we also got Karan Johar's memorable short film in the Lust Stories anthology, which made a star out of Kiara Advani and her errant vibrator. Riya and Ekta are carving a new niche with boisterous films about female friendships. More power to them. Thank You for Coming isn't able to seamlessly combine sass with smarts, but it's breezy and heartfelt enough. You can see the film at a theatre near you. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to Reviews and More.